It all begins with Nick Fury and Maria Hill discovering a new superhero. Meanwhile, Peter and his classmates are still trying to get over what recently happened. Also, Peter has been developing feelings for MJ. And then Peter Parker's life is ruined when Happy Hogan comes to tell him that Nick Fury is trying to call. But Peter basically just shrugs it off. This makes Happy Hogan very upset. Peter and his class have gone to Italy, where they are having a great time. Peter still has feelings for MJ, and he plans to ask her out. But his plans are interrupted when a giant water monster gets in the way. Luckily for Peter, a new superhero known as Mysterio comes in to save them. Later that night, Ned gets tranquilized and Nick Fury shows up. Nick Fury takes Spider-Man to meet Mysterio. Mysterio tells Spider-Man that he needs his help defeating some elemental bad guys, and there's only one left located in Prague, but Spider-Man is not interested and he'd rather be with his friends. But it turns out that the class is going to Prague, and that's when Peter Parker realized Nick Fury just hijacked his summer vacation. In Prague, Peter Parker sneaks away from his class. Inside, he is given a new suit, but he can only have it under one condition. Take off your clothes! And this is when Peter Parker is in a lot of trouble. The last elemental bad guy shows up in Prague, and it's up to Mysterio and Spider-Man to stop him. That's not Spider-Man, that's Night Monkey. Mysterio decides the best way to destroy the bad guy is to sacrifice himself. After all that, Mysterio is somehow still alive. Nick Fury comes in to give Spider-Man a choice, either to continue as a superhero or to hang out with his friends on his vacation. Mysterio comes in to offer Spider-Man a drink. Mysterio talks to Spider-Man about making the right decision, and Spider-Man decides that he should be with his friends and that he should let Mysterio handle the superhero stuff. Mysterio is okay with that, so he says goodbye to Spider-Man. Unfortunately, it turns out Mysterio was a fraud the entire time. Peter Parker meets up with MJ. He tries to tell her how he feels, but MJ reveals she knows that he is Spider-Man. They also find a machine, and it turns out the Mysterio and the elemental bad guys was a lie. Spider-Man tries to warn Nick Fury about Mysterio, but it turns out to be a trap. Peter Parker wakes up in a prison, a really weird prison. After Peter escapes from the weird prison, he meets up with Happy Hogan. Peter tells him that Mysterio got the best of him and that it's his fault that Mysterio took over. Happy Hogan tells Peter of what Tony Stark would have wanted, and that Peter Parker being Spider-Man again would be the best thing to do. So Peter Parker suits up as Spider-Man, and they fly off to save the day. Meanwhile, fake Mysterio is convinced that to become an Avenger, he has to create the ultimate disaster, which puts Peter's class in danger. And it's up to fake Mysterio to stop the disaster and to become the ultimate good guy. However, Spider-Man comes in to take down fake Mysterio's drones, which makes him very upset. Happy Hogan meets with the classmates and he tries to get them onto the plane, but that doesn't work out so well. They find themselves cornered in a museum, about to be killed by an evil drone. Spider-Man comes in to confront fake Mysterio. Fake Mysterio attempts to kill Spider-Man, but his plan backfires. Also, the evil drone shuts down. Yay! Peter Parker has saved the day once again as Spider-Man, and he is able to work things out with MJ. Now that Spider-Man and MJ are in a relationship, there's so much they can do for the next movie. Spider-Man is Peter Parker!